I've been having a lot of fun lately nuking bosses with this build, so I wanted to share it with you so you can also, have fun erasing bosses from this plane of existence. Let's start off with our weapons. The Nameless Spear. This has 3 abilities. 1, the Chikun Lock, you'll have the Legion Crusher, and the Storm Dance. Let's break them down so you know exactly what they do. 1. Our 4 allows us to enter the Unrivaled state more quickly, which is the super fast spinning mode on our R. 1 gives us Stam back, very nice for some extra sustain, while R is our main damaging ability here, allowing us to nuke bosses into oblivion. Now the weapon you can pair with the Nameless Spear. Nameless Sword, very good for DPS. Strategic Sword, also fantastic, either one works. Or you can run the Fan for some self-healing. I would pick whichever weapon you like the most and just go with it. They're all great options. Well, let's head down to our inner ways, as this is way more important. This will maximize our damage over time. First, Moral Chant. 5% healing, 5% damage. Who doesn't love free things? The Moral Chant at the bottom of my screen here procs very easily. Basically just heal or damage every second, and it will continue to stack and it will never drop. Next up we'll have our Mountain Might. This will allow Gen Lock, grants endless scale effect, increasing the endurance cost reduction to 20% for 5 seconds, meaning, well, we have more endurance to spam our R. Translation, more damage, more pain to the bosses. They're gonna wish they were never coded. Next up we have Fivefold Bleed. This has a 10% chance to proc every time we hit the boss. For 5 seconds, it refreshes. At 5 stacks, procs for big damage. Who doesn't love big damage? Next up we'll have Bitter Season. Same thing as Fivefold Bleed, except instead of proccing on 5 stacks, it just reduces the target's physical defense by 1.2% for 10 seconds. Each of these are good. You can pick whichever one you like more. When you do run into a boss though, you'll have to switch one of them out for Battle Anthem. Increase charge skill damage against all bosses by 10%. And our R, well, it's charge skill damage. Therefore, that's just flat 10% damage increase, allowing us to absolutely melt the bosses into a puddle of goo. Now, mystic skills are even more important to round out our build, so listen up. Let's start off with Touch and Seize. Always recommend having these on, as these deny boss mechanics. You'll have Cloud Step and Guardian Palm. Very safety in terms of just consistently doing damage, and it's just fun to use. Bonus, it breaks guard of basic enemies extremely easy. On our bottom here, we'll have Soaring Spin, a nice little dash gap closer, good burst damage. Dragon's Breath here, massive dot over time. Only downside, long cast animation. Finally, the most important skill to our entire build, Honking Havoc. This allows us to slow down time and just do our entire combo for basically free. By the way, I'll showcase where to get everything at the end of the video, so if you are confused on where to get something, I'll explain it there. But first, let me break down the combo in a real fight. But before we head over to game and scroll down, and when you're in a boss fight, I highly recommend turning on Auto Use Divine Craft Tool. This will allow us to use our dots or fire oil without having to cast them. I would recommend putting this on if you're looking to do either top DPS, or if you're in a hard boss fight and you just want some extra damage, this is a great way to get it. The quick combo before we go in is open up with the Goose to discombobulate them, then hold R for the entire duration. Once you're out of Stam, hit 1 to refresh Stam, then hit R again, and then play safe and wait for the combo to come back up. By the way, let's talk about gear real quick, as I know people have a lot of questions. Here, you just want to make sure you tune to the max. That's the most important thing. After you do that, I'd recommend running a set. A great set to run is the Honking set. This will give you more damage to our Affinity, which is just nice to have. Also, the armor set of Eagle Rise is nice, as this gives us physical defense and damage reduction on the 4 pieces. Since we'll be trading damage for HP sometimes, this set can be extremely important, especially if you get the good proc here. It reduces the damage by 90%, half when coming from a boss. Bonus tip here, you can hit Tune, and on the right side here, you'll hit General. Then you'll be able to get our special Attune piece. This will give us a 5th bonus increasing our damage even further, truly allowing us to nuke bosses. By the way, the build will also always tell you what you should be running. So RCMD, that is what is recommended for the weapon that you are running. If you're ever confused, that will help guide you in terms of what set you need to run. Something else you should make sure you have maxed out before we go and fight bosses is your enhanced tier and our arsenal. Your arsenal should be at least 550 once you unlock it. Min and max attack will no longer go up after you hit this threshold. Afterwards, you can continue to increase it, but your gear score will only go up by 5% of the total value. So I have 400 points here, 5% of 400. Well, that's a simple 20. So it's not totally worth it, but it's still nice to have. Finally, the talents you want to prioritize will be talents like the max and min attack, as that just flat damage, and who doesn't love flat damage? Now that we have everything under control, let's head into a boss fight. Before we head in, make sure to switch your inner way to Battle Anthem for that 10% increased damage. Now that we're locked and loaded, it's time to delete this boss from the timeline. Walk in, wait for her to come on top of you, hold R, and continue to stun lock her into existence. She can't even play the game and she's already out of it. Finish her off with a quick parry. Phase 1 done, dusted. Remember, always use your 1 for extra endurance, as we will need it because our R does cost a lot of stamina. Phase 2, she spawns in, let her sit there and reflect on her life choices. Hit a parry, use the Goose, discombobulate. Afterwards, hold R once again. We'll slow down time and send this girl to the Shadow Realm. 0 brain cells required, and we've just haven't had to really do anything. Just one shot on both phases. We're a true GigaChad. Alright, let's rapid fire off where to grab these important skills to make our build shine like the star. Inner ways, Moral Chant. Open up your map, head over to this way shrine right here, Blissful Retreat. There'll be a vendor standing right there on the ground. Go over and talk to him, he'll be selling it. Next up, we will have the Battle Anthem. Battle Anthem is acquired by opening up our map and clearing this outpost right over here, the Buddha Fort. First time clear will grant you Battle Anthem. Next up, we will have the Bitter Season. Bitter Season is acquired by doing this dungeon right here, Gleaming Abyss. You have to kill a boss and loot the chest at the end of the dungeon. This will give you Bitter Season. Next up, we will have Fivefold Bleed. This one's a bit more complicated, so I'll let another version of me explain it. Bonus tip, if you guys want a mystic art, steal it from this poor child, the golden body. We didn't hurt anyone in the process, that's a win-win. But something else that is a win-win is talking to this lamp lighting monk right here. Why? Because he will give us a very strong skill, the Fivefold Bleed. Same with the Mountain's Might. This one is also a bit more complicated to acquire, but basically come down here to the bottom of the map, Palace. You'll have to collect 5 chests in order to unlock this skill. Now once you start the quest, you'll be about right here next to this burnt branch. The first chest is relatively simple. Jump up on the balcony and it'll be sitting right there at the edge. Let's go over there and quickly grab it. The next chest will be down here, break through the floor, and it should be sitting right in this area. Open it and you're good to go. Finally, the third chest is a little bit deeper. So once you're done taking the elevator down, just head straight in. Here you encounter some enemies. All you have to do is head up to the right here and the chest will be sitting right here in this location. Eventually you'll get into this room where you'll see a door and then 2 ledges. On each side there will be a chest. Head over to the chest. And finally, at long last, you will have unlocked the Mountain Might. Alright, now that we have inner ways out of the way, talk about the Touch, the Seize, and Cloud Step. These ones are all extremely easy to get. Cloud Step, acquired right here in the zone. You'll see a blue book. Do the quest, we got it. Over here, travel to this thing, and you'll see a bunch of stone bodies along this path. Do the blue quest here, you have the Touch. Finally, there'll be a man sitting next to a pot. It literally shows you on the skill, Celestial Steel, that's the man you want to talk to. Do his quest, and you'll get this ability. By the way, if you're really confused, it's located right here. Next up, you got the Guardian Palm. Very simple. Open up your map, head straight north, you'll find a book in this vicinity. right here. Do the book. There's no boss required for this one. Very easy. You can basically get this at the start of the game if you want to get some cheeky power. Finally, we will Dragon's Breath. This one's also a bit tricky to get. For it, open up your map and head over to this area right here, the East Cross Street. This will give us big damage in the later stages of the game, so I highly recommend you picking this up whenever you get the free opportunity. Here you'll want to run inside, and there'll be a green guy standing right here, Luigio. Talk to him, and then you want to open up your map, head over here to this location, right here on the map. Then you just want to steal the little thing from him on top of the roof, then travel back to the East Cross Streets and go inside and give it to him. Pro tip, you'll have to change the time. If he's not here, just keep changing the time until this man decides to show up. Our Soaring spin ability. This one is quite an explanation, but basically I'll give a quick TLDR. Head over to an area. Here you'll have to head over to Dreamfall Cliff, head inside till we reach this location right here. Then you'll have to open up a little hidden door and go inside. Then finally, we will talk about Honking Havoc. As this is the most important one to the build, let me show you exactly how to get it. Scroll down here to the left and you have to travel to West Heaven's Pier. After we get out of this spawn, head down the river and we want to look for a goose. Yes, there is many gooses here, but only one will allow us to acquire what we need. Come down here and right here you will see a bear getting absolutely rammed by a flying chicken. He'll be sitting right here and he'll be yapping. Head over into the water to about this location and observe him. After you observe him, you will unlock Honking Havoc. Only downside, this requires an absolute astronomical amount of vitality to use. In order to get vitality, you will have to level it up by heading over to these vendors in the Melodies of Peace right here and the one in Kaifeng all the way up top at the northern side. You will have to collect a lot of birdies to increase your vitality. So if you ever see the birdie icon scattered around, always go over there and grab it. It's the most important thing in the entire game. And with that, if you guys did enjoy the video, smash the like button, subscribe, think about becoming a YouTube channel member and supporting your boy. If you're interested in more tips and tricks, check out this video right here. I just want to mention one thing, and that is I'm not sure how good this will be in like a raid or a group setting. I don't know if it's top damage or not. I just know it's good and it's really fun to play by yourself. That's why I recommend it.